He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson. I call for a mortgage court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people. I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead asleep anyway. Sleepwalking, they keep talking. I probably catch a charge and I don't care what any say. Yeah, I'm the people's grand sheik, and the people's grand sheik ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal. You mortals, you just my sequel. You just my sequel. What the 85ers? Dip divers? Trying to symbolize us? You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you? Leg, head. I tried to pull you out the bed, but you got a ball groggy. Started talking real crazy, eyes foggy. Couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs, barking all up in your ear, acting like you don't care. Oh, you don't care? Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah. And you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that, bet that, respect that. Since you said you ain't scared to die. I laid them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. I laid them old boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. I laid them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From that town to Baltimore, everybody on the road is all raw. They ready, choppers. I don't really think you want the problem. Hold up, raise the thought up. Back to a law, leg, head. I try to get him out the bed, get him up. Sleepwalking anyway, sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway, wake up. I don't care what any say. Nobody. I'm the people's grand sheik, and the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. Never. You mortals, you just my sequel. You mortals, you just my sequel. Only equals is the gods. You mortals, that's my sequel. I see dead people. Hey. I see dead people. I lay them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed.
I lay them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Hey, people's grand. Ain't never met a man that I can't beat. The gods is my only equal. That's it. You mortals, you just my sequel. That's it.
I call for a mortgage court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trust, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European, how to bathe. And looking at women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now Cypher, I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler, this era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dough. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you killing, fighting, marry out of your race. If you ain't for Moorish world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the Moorish world, come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, oh yeah. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. That time. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. We in the building. We in the building. Man, you know what though, family? Listen. Can y'all hear me? How do I sound? How do I sound? Do I sound all right? Do I sound all right, family? Man, you know what? YouTube is actually boring now. Do y'all agree? YouTube is actually boring. What I mean is, without the ratchetness, no one is creative anymore. Miss Betty teaches. She's a teacher, an educator. Many of us in here are doctors. Many of us in here are esquires. Isn't YouTube getting boring? Like nobody is creative. If they're not cussing each other out, if they're not trying to talk about somebody, and this is the thing. Most of the time, people think that views equal quality blogging or vlogging. You know what I'm saying? Like people really think that because you got 20,000 views that you got quality vlogging. And I try to tell people that, you know what I mean? Like, so like when you go, if you go to the doc, right? Crazy Maurice, you go to the Crazy Maurice doctor. The moment that I talked about him, he had like 163 views, right? The moment that I stopped talking about him, it goes right back down to 40 some views. You feel what I'm saying? So it just blows me away. Like you see things like Inky is back. Y'all hear about that? I'm starting my show with monologues now. Inky is back. You know what I mean? I've seen him on Side Netter. and a few other platforms. You know what I mean? And when you look at the numbers, many people would think that it's numbers of interest. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, people are just curious what you're coming back for. And I mean, listen, it is what it is. When you see like numbers don't always mean success on social media. Some people just be peeping in. So again, give me the Moorish World TV citizens that know I'm going to give some quality and interesting and engaging information and teaching, and leave the rest over there. But I do got something really interesting coming for you, family. But I gotta do it on TahakaBay.com. I gotta do it on TahakaBay.com, family. This one, it's going to be up there for about 2 weeks, and it is called The Return of Dr. Inky. And I have to cover what happened since. I have to cover what happened since the talking about my mother, the talking about my children mother, and the mods and the whoever was associated with me over there with Rabbit Got the Gun. I got to cover it. Time is now and I have to cover it. I got to cover it. But I got to do it on TahakaBay.com first. And once I do it on TahakaBay.com, I can look at it, and then I'm going to edit it down to make it YouTube appropriate. But the raw version, woo! I'm even going to put a commercial out there because I'm gonna try to push this hard. I'm telling you this, woo. So I'm gonna plan on do that maybe Sunday or Monday. And then I got a debate coming up. A brother that watches the show all the time, he probably in here. He want to debate me on, of all things, why do the Moorish Americans fly the American flag or rep the American flag? I don't know what he mean by that, but this is something like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't make me no difference. You know what's funny to me? I'm not gonna listen. Somebody said, did I see the emails that you no, you know what? To Truth and Power Corner, I'll be so busy. Like I'm really busy. We're planning for our convention, and I'm super busy, but I can check right now. Let me see what we got. I can check right now for the emails, Truth and Power Corner. Let me see. Let me see what we got here. I want to thank Mr. Invictus. Thank you for the Cash App. Let's see this. No, I don't see it. I don't see that. I don't see. Maybe you sent it to morseworldtv@gmail.com. Nope. I don't. Was it a text or email? Whatever it was, I don't see it at this time, but I'll check back again. Let me see. But whatever the case may be, though, fam, let me get straight to it. And I'm gonna check back again in a minute. But at the end of the day, family, this is the weird thing about this going on, man. I need somebody to get all these generals up. I think on Sunday, though, I might do a double header. On Sunday. Depends how I feel, because I also teach class on Sunday. But I might do a double hitter. I want to do I want to do a show calling out all of these generals. You feel what I'm saying? I want to do a show calling out these generals. Real talk. The reason why I want to do a show calling out these generals, because the generals is supposed to be the tough guys. They supposed to push the tough guys and gals. So they shouldn't be going for this okie doke Malik keep on spinning. You know what I'm saying? No, Cryptonomics. I don't believe that they fraud generals.
The only way that they're fraud is if they don't call Malik out after. See, before Talk Bay, they can say, well, we didn't know. We just mind our business. But I think we need to call the generals out. We're going to get the generals mad. That's right. Yeah, I mean, come to the general, save some time. We're going to save some time. How that commercial go? Go to the general, save some time. We don't go to the generals. You know what I mean? That's what we gonna do. Cause listen, these generals, if they ain't calling out the frauds in their circle, they ain't worthy to call out the frauds outside the circle. Go to the general, save some time. We going straight to the generals. We gonna save some time. That's what we gonna do. We ain't gonna play with these people, man. That stuff, man. See, I listen. You know this stuff ain't scripted, right? You know it ain't scripted. I just think of this stuff, man. Hey, Alindale, man, call me tomorrow, man. Hey, Alindale, I know you in that truck, but you need to go to the general, save some time. I'm a natural comedian. I don't get paid for this. I just have a talent for laughter. But that's what we gonna do. We're going to all the generals, man. We're going to all the generals, man. Islam to the royal son. We're going to all the generals, man. We ain't letting y'all get away with this, man. Babu, all that. You didn't knock Big Shirley down? Yeah. Malik knocked Big Shirley down. Malik keep frauding and you gangstering me? No, General. Buddy, we gonna call you. The next show, we calling you generals out. That's right. What you gonna do? Beat me up? I don't care. I've been beat up once or twice before anyway. Now, what you gonna do? Man, I'm calling out the generals, every one of the generals. That's right. My main man, my new main general right now, my number one general, General Ghazi. That's right. We calling you out too, Ghazi. That's right. Amun, we calling you out too. That's right. That's right. My main man, General Ghazi, we calling him out. We calling everybody out. That's right. And we go and visit Grandmaster Jay and call him out too. Because we go to the general, say sometime. That's what we gonna do. That's right. But with that being said, family, like for real, on all jokes aside though, somebody gotta say something to Malik. For real. Every time that there's a story, that's all he does is commentary. Family, I'm not the smartest. Listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the class. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And nor am I the sharpest saw in the shed. But this guy is nothing but a commentator. This guy is nothing but a commentator and a promoter. He's not a liberator. Like, who is going to call him on this? The royal son. Thank you, royal son. Who is going to call him on this, family? Somebody has got to call him on this. I can't be the only one. Listen, today they announced that the killers of our sister Breonna Taylor was apprehended. You follow me? That's what was announced. You feel me? And here come this guy. Here he come. Check him out.
4 current and former Louisville police officers who were involved in the deadly raid on Sister Breonna Taylor's home, including the detectives who worked on the false search warrant and the officers who fired into her home.
How long are y'all going to just go for this guy giving commentary? Just tell him, like Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson is officially a podcaster. like you're not a freedom fighter, guy. You're not a liberator. You're not Dr. Khalid Muhammad. You're not a Fred Hampton. You are not none of these things. You are a commentator. You are a Don King part-time commentator.
Have been charged with civil rights violations and other criminal counts, which include conspiracies, unlawful use of force, and obstruction of justice. Detective Joshua, Detective Goodley, Detective Meany were charged with submitting false affidavits to the Louisville police.
All he's doing is reading. You can do that.
Which led to the raid.
Family, you can do that. That's all he doing is reading something on the script, man. Come on, man. We got to stop this, man. Come on, man. We got to stop this, man. Man, people are really dying. People are really getting killed. People are really getting abused by the police. And come on, man. Come on, sis. Come on, sis. You can't follow behind this guy no more. You can't. Like, you could have read the news. He's a TikToker. He's been reduced to a TikToker. They've been hitting us with the Nick Knocker, and he turned into a TikToker. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I mean, they beat us with the Nick Knocker, and he turns into a TikToker. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop going for this, man. Y'all need to take that toy gun from him with them plastic bullets and tell him go home. Don't you come on no front line no more talking this foolishness with no bullhorn. Get on waiting there. Come on, man. He can do just what I'm doing right here. He can be critical of somebody. Just come in. You know what I mean? At least we got Unity Hall. We working on some things. Our Temple Endeavors movement. We working on the Alliance for Political Accountability. But I mean, we got some other things going on. But he should just make a YouTube channel. Come on, man. We gotta stop this, man. Come on, man. Malik, come on, man. We gotta stop this, man. Are we that slow? Listen, anybody that grab a gun and you that slow, I want you to get away from me. Anybody that follow Malik, man, you super slow. You get away from me because you've been shot yourself, and as you're going down to the ground, you're going to shoot me. Nah, man. Nah, man. You've been shot yourself, and on your way down to the ground, you're going to hit me up. Now both of us gone. No. No, anybody follow Malik got something wrong. Something wrong. And I mean it just how I say it. Something wrong. Yeah. Something wrong, man. Yeah, the Silver Spring News correspondents. Anybody. I don't care who you are. Desert Eagle, Desert Storm, or Desert with no water. Anybody follow Malik in 2022, something is wrong. No. And I'm not taking it back. I love me some Babu. I love me some Moon. I love me some brothers that I think is the real deal. But if you follow Malik in 2022, something is wrong. Man, this man, listen, this man go pick up people on a half a cheese, and and they sit up there, play who can spit out bubbles and catch the most. I got two. How many you got? They be catching spit bubbles, man. They be catching spit bubbles on the little bus. They be anybody that rock with Malik in 2022, they be playing who can catch the spit bubble. I got 2. I caught 5. Y'all think it's a game. Y'all think it's a game. This man's super slow. This man's super slow. He really think that we are that crazy that in 2022, we're going to follow behind him like it's 1999. Like it's 2012. No. Nobody should be following you in 1999 and 2022. You're slow. It is what it is. And then listen to this, fam. I'm going to play this whole thing. And I want to see if you catch it. I want to see if you catch it. Because if you've been following Moorish World TV, right? If you've been with me, right? Then you already know what's happening with Malik and what John them is up to. But I want to see if you catch it. Let me see. I'm going to play the whole thing and I'm going to see if you catch it. Watch it.
4 current and former Louisville police officers who were involved in the deadly raid on Sister Breonna Taylor's home, including the detectives who worked on the false search warrant and the officers who fired into her home blindly, have been charged with civil rights violations and other criminal counts, which include conspiracies, unlawful use of force, and obstruction of justice. Detective Joshua James, Detective Goodley, Detective Meany were charged with submitting false affidavits to the Louisville Police Department, which led to the raid. Once Breonna was assassinated, these cops then worked together to create and conspire a false story and false affidavit to support this bogus warrant. And Hankerson fired into that home blindly, killing Breonna Taylor. He really needs to be charged with murder. And all of this puts the spotlight on Kentucky, since the false accuser and kidnapper of Emmett Till, Carolyn Bryant, has now been found in Kentucky.
Let me stop there. Let me stop there. Shout out to my brother Anubis. Anubis, I knew I was going to bring him out. I'm Jay-Z of this thing. Look, bring him out, bring him out. Peace. Good convo the other day. Still question who says generals are following anybody? We're generals, at least on my end. Anubis follows the needs of the people and the call of the ancestors. Moon, you know I had to call your name. I gotta bring you out. You one of my top 5. You one of my top 5. Even though, you know, I know you be having a lot of people disagree with you, but you one of my top 5. You know what I mean? I think even though I know people that disagree with you, and I've disagreed with you, but I do think you have some form of sincerity about you. When I say some form of sincerity about you, I don't know that much about the inner workings, but I just feel that you do. You know what I mean? But I bring them out. I bring them out. But now listen, did you catch the end of what he said? But because it's not playing on here for some reason, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it so you can catch it on the back end. Let me reel it up on the screen share.
4 current and
I'm gonna bring it up on the screen share. Let me bring it up on the screen share. You know what I mean? Here we go. Now watch this. I want you to pay attention.
Louisville police officers who were involved in the deadly raid on Sister Breonna Taylor's home, including the detectives who worked on the false search warrant and the officers who fired into her home blindly, have been charged with civil rights violations and other.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention. This is all orchestrated. Look at how he's reading. He's not even a good anchorman. He's not even a good Silver Spring, Maryland anchorman. Check him out. He's reading.
Criminal counts, which include conspiracies, unlawful use of force, and obstruction of justice. Detective Joshua James, Detective.
He's a TikToker. He ain't even a good TikToker. Watch him. He's reading. And ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what you are. Listen, it's nothing wrong with this, but he's posing as if he's a liberator, a freedom fighter, ready to ride or die for the people. That's not what he's ready to do. He's a TikToker now.
Charged with submitting false affidavits to the Louisville Police Department, which led to the raid. Once Breonna was assassinated, these cops didn't work.
Now, and if anybody go for this, you know what I'm saying? If anybody goes for this and see this guy as an official person for leadership in the self-defense liberation organization, something is truly wrong with you and you need to get checked out. But let me tell you, just like and I'm going to talk about Breonna Taylor in a minute. And just like I weaved in to say something about Malik, watch what Malik does.
Together to create and conspire a false story and false affidavit to support this bogus warrant. And Hankinson fired into that home blindly, killing Breonna Taylor. He really needs to be charged with murder. And all of this puts the spotlight on Kentucky, since the false accuser and kidnapper of Emmett Till.
See what it's all about? Do you see what it's all about? You see what it's all about? Somebody put in there what it's all about. It's all about the Till movie. He's going to continue to promote the Till movie until about mid-November. Y'all not getting it? Are y'all catching it? Are y'all catching it? He's using one thing to pivot onto another thing. And this is why when you see on my flyer, I'm talking about Breonna Taylor, but I weaves in Malik so I can put everybody on point that this guy is up to something. How he's going to intersect Emmett Till and finding this lady to the new charges of the Kentucky police. I'm telling you, this is, and at this point is disrespectful. At this point, he's insulting the intelligence of his own people. At this point, he's insulting the intelligence of his own people. Every time he do a post, somebody should be on the post like, bro, are you going to pick up the lady? Brother, are you going to do what you said you were going to do? Brother. And you don't have to be disrespectful, but what my point that I'm making is that at this point, it's an insult. It's an assault on our intelligence. This is clearly an assault. Like, this guy is a classic narcissist. He believes that he's smarter than everybody and no one will figure him out. And even when he's figured out, he will keep on going and going and going and going. He's never going to stop. The only way he's going to stop if those close to him would say, brother, we went to North Carolina with you, knocking on doors. Brother, we went to Mississippi to stand on the courthouse steps. Brother, we rallied around you. Brother, you're not doing us right now. You're just not doing right by us. Until someone says that, he's going to continue to make these TikTok videos acting as if he's a voice for the people. He's not a voice for the people. He's not a voice for the people. He's not. And if you really check history, he never was. He never was. He's no different than Black Lives Matter. No different. He's no different than Until Freedom. He's no different. He's no different. He hasn't accomplished much. At least Black Lives Matter, was able to fake you out, get your attention, and promote the LGBTQ XYZ community. They got something out the deal. This guy ain't even getting nothing out the deal but a check under the table. That's all he getting. Yasmin, peace out to Yasmin. Yes, do you think the people that rode with him were a part of the plan? I will say this. With studying Grandmaster Jay and this type of behavior, right? I will say there's always, you know what I mean? There are always a few people there that's in on it. Because this is how this happened. People like him, they know how risky it is to betray people, to mislead and misguide people. They know how risky it is, but he's so comfortable, he just do it like it's second nature because he's been doing it so long. However, he still got people around him to pull him back, to slow him down. You're going too far. And he still got, and it's always police around. You got to remember, if you listen to the videos, whenever they doing something, oh, the police are coming now. Now, and the person that's standing around mine was like, oh, somebody told him we was coming. Oh, they heard we was coming. Okay. That's what you believe. Okay. See, if you don't pay attention to how infiltration works, and then we got plenty of examples. There's plenty of examples in history. What happens is when the police come, the real ones think that the police are coming to monitor them. But in fact, more times than not, they're actually coming to make sure he don't be uncovered. And this always happens. I used to read these Anne Rice books or Anne Rule books about the mob and true crime stories and before the first 48. And these writers will go into great detail on how these investigations and these informants move. And the way that they move is, you would think that, okay, there's going to be an uproar here, it's going down over here, and bam, let's go here and make sure everything's all right. But in fact, they're making sure that their worker is all right. That's what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you, he's, as Crip say, he's reading a teleprompter. He's reading a teleprompter. That's what he's doing. Check him out.
Carolyn Bryant has now been found in Kentucky. It looks like all the focus for racial and justices will be focused on Kentucky as the fall season moves forward.
What's the key word? The fall season. When do the movie come out? Man, he just tell on himself right in front of his face. The Till movie, hold up. He said the fall season. He says the fall season. When do the Till movie comes out? The focus will be on the fall season. He's using keywords. Keywords. When you understand hypnosis and you understand psychology, then you will really get exactly what I'm saying. You follow me? He's planting seeds in the subconscious. October the 14th is the fall season, and that's when the movie drop. Why is he saying focus on the fall season? Family, listen, you are a divine people. And the way that we lose ourselves is the European is able to tap into our divine mind, our subconscious mind, and use it against us. I'm going to give you an example before I start talking about the Breonna Taylor case. I want you to really pay close attention. I want you to really pay close attention, right?
I
want you to really pay close attention. I did this before, and if you heard me say it before, please indulge me. Please indulge me. Whenever you see a McDonald's sign and that red sign, the red part of the sign, it triggers your desire. And you're related to food. Now, when you see it, you don't know that the conscious or the subconscious mind is responding. And it will trigger you to feel that you're hungry, you need a snack, or you just want to gorge or be a glutton. The red is the trigger. So I wear a red hat. I'm using the same mental, emotional, and spiritual essence to help you to pay attention, and you don't know it. The red FEDS. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sell you out, though. I'm not trying to see. It's a universal thing. Let me give you some metaphysics. It's a universal thing. But I'm not trying to sell you out. I'm trying to feed your desire for the truth. And so you see the red FEDS, you see the red hat. I'm trying to feed, you see the red bar. I'm trying to feed your desire for the truth, right? When you see this blue back here, the blue, it represents a spiritual element. Like I'm giving you some game, right? I'm giving you some game. This represents a spiritual element. You know what I'm saying? To keep it quite simple. And then when you see the white represents the purity of it. Has nothing to do with Europeans, nothing. So when you see a McDonald's, right, and that red, it triggers the desire. In the sense of food, the desire for food. You see the red hair on Wendy's, same thing. The red in Burger King, same thing. The red in Kentucky, fried chicken, KFC, same thing. Most restaurants have red in it because of the desire aspect of the subconscious mind. What he's doing is doing the same thing with trigger words. So when he say this fall, the subconscious mind does not differentiate a movie this fall or a case this fall. It's only talking about this fall. But it's all connected to the movie. You really need to understand exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And so he knows this. This is why I say, man, he's taking advantage. He's taking advantage of people. I mean, he just take advantage of people, and people don't even know it's happening. You know what I mean? People don't know it's happening. And I think somebody said orange and Popeyes make you want to fight. No, what orange does, it works on your fascination. You know what I mean? It works on your fascination. It works on your enjoyment. It gets you excited. You understand what I'm saying? Orange is a color of excitement. But so above, so below. There can be a divine aspect and there can be a low aspect. You feel what I'm saying? Orange is fascination, excitement. It can be joy, or that joy can turn into madness, chaos. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm gonna do a class like that on Morse World TV 7. But the point that I'm making is that he's using these trigger words. He's playing a game. He's doing what they would call magic. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And now, like, we be thinking magic if something like somebody hide a penny or something like that. No, it's playing on your subconscious. Real talk, family. And I'm just not saying this. It's real talk. They do it to us all the time. They do it to us all the time. And so we need to pay attention. But with that being said, family, today I want to share with you a few things, family. So, you know, and I hope some people call in, man. So, you know, they got the people. Are y'all really familiar with the Breonna Taylor case? Oh man, it's amazing. Well, I'm a little bit familiar with it. But I definitely wanted to share some points with y'all to bring us up to speed. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody say feed the lower or higher beast. Ain't no higher beast. You got a lower beast and a higher God. But you're absolutely right. You are on point. You are on point. Absolutely. You're on point. You know what I'm saying? But let me go here real quick. I want to show y'all something. What's really happening, just in case y'all wasn't able to get caught up to speed. This case is very, very important, family. I want you to understand why this case is so important. And don't let somebody tell you that it ain't. And oh yeah. Let me say this before I get started. You know what's funny to me? You know what's really contradictory to me? When we see a person like Malik Zulu Shabazz congratulate the apprehension of, let me screen share real quick. I want somebody to help me understand this part real quick. Help me understand this part. Now, Malik does before I go in, I got to get him one more time. I want somebody to help me understand this part. Now, Malik does what we know to be a TikTok in reference to this case of the arrest of the the arrest, it says, of ex-MPD officer who sought a warrant in Breonna Taylor raid. Now, listen, this is what I need to know from you. And I'm real with this one. And this is for all the freedom fighters too. Let's be critical thinkers here. Is he congratulating the arrest? And if he is congratulating the arrest, why don't he just keep it real and be balanced? Stop calling police pigs unless they deserve to be called that. Stop painting everybody with a wide brush that everybody is racist. Because at this point, you're cheerleading the pigs. Let's think about it. You say no justice, no peace. So the justice that you desire is the justice from the European, because you have not administered any sort of justice in the past 25 years. Now, you might listen to this like, what you mean, Brother Tahaka Bey? No. This guy got 25, 30 years of rhetoric. This guy got 25, 30 years of rhetoric. So when you say no justice, no peace, are you expecting the same devil that you call the devil to give you justice? You said that all so-called white people are the devil. You expecting them to give you justice? This is the point that I'm making, family. When people are that obnoxious, they most likely trying to set you up because they have no balance. They have no balance. Like you run around saying that all Europeans are the devil. You run around saying that all Europeans this, that, and the third. Hey, listen, for me, I don't expect no justice coming from Europeans. I mean, in this system, if it happens, I don't expect it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't expect it, but if it does happen, bravo! But I really don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? But he seemed to be banking on that there's good. But then he goes right out there. You know what I mean? So anybody that posed to represent you, they should have some sort of balance. You don't paint the whole situation with a wide brush. You deal with a situation by situation by situation on situation basis. This is why I'm telling you. This is why I'm telling you that this guy is a fraud. He has no balance. Wherever there's an imbalance, there's going to be a problem. I mean, you can have your opinion about Europeans all you want, but you can't have an imbalanced opinion. You can't have an imbalanced opinion. See, with me, I believe that the battle is between the have and the have-nots, the power and the powerless. I don't necessarily think that these Europeans that's sitting home, kissing Scruffy in the mouth, you know, live right in the hood where some of us live at, really tripping. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you go to South Baltimore. I'm gonna go over there and do some video one time. I don't really think they tripping. You know what I mean? I don't really think they tripping. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. If I go to South Baltimore, I'm telling you, South Baltimore got some hood Europeans. You hear me? They dope fiends. They all that. Good goodness of gracious. If I go up here on the strip, one day I'm going to do a video up. If I go up there on the strip, man, I'm going to tell you, they got some European women out there. They just good. They look beat down. I don't think they're using their European persuasion properly, let me say. But this guy, he said Curtis Bay ain't no joke. You heard me? But now this guy, he blames this European for everything. And this is the part that you're not going to like unless you love the truth. Our problem is our problem. There is no person, no matter how devilish they are, can do anything without somebody amongst us assisting and participating. That's why I addressed us. That's why I continue to address us. Because for the next 100 years, these thoughts that goes into the universe will be all about us fixing us, so won't nobody be able to come in and separate and break us. We are the problem. And when we realize that, we'll be all right. We are the problem. We allow these things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Even during slavery time. If we seen a European putting somebody on a boat, we supposed to say, oh, heck no. Come on. That don't look right. That don't even feel right. When they put Marcus Garvey on the boat to be deported, he had a million member organization. And they let the handful of Europeans put him on a boat to be deported. The European is the problem? The European is the problem. That's what you want to convince me. He's the problem. No, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. That's the problem. And until we realize that, we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Until we realize that. Michael Connor in the building, it be your own people. Until we realize that, we'll be fine. Thank you, Michael Connor. And we'll be fine. And I got to tell you the truth. There is no one else going to tell you the truth like this. I'm going to tell you the truth, family. I know, like for instance, y'all see people talk about me. I'm going to talk about Breonna Taylor case in a second. Y'all see people talk crazy about me. And I go hard like this because in my life, when I was younger, I was a fool. So I had to take responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I had to grab the bull by the horn and get things proper. Nobody was going to do it for me. I had to look at me. You feel what I'm saying? I had to look at me. And I had to fix it. I had to fix it because no one was going to do it for me. And it's the same thing with our people. No one is going to do it for you. It doesn't benefit anybody else for you to be fixed. In fact, they wish they can break more from the few that's awoke. But let me get into this real quick. The reason why this case is so important, I got to admit, the reason why this case is so important. You know why this case is so important? Whether we know it or not, I see people fighting and people talking about the case, but I really don't think people understand why it's so important. The reason why this case is so important is because what happened at 911. Thank you for the super chat, everybody. I'm gonna talk about that too, Michael Connor. What happened in 9/11, right? When they created the Patriot Act, they made it so that it really abolishes the Constitution. You feel what I'm saying? It abolishes the Fourth Amendment for all intents and purposes. Because if they believe that you have done something or suspected of something that could be considered a terror or whatever the case may be, they are supposedly have the ability to walk right in, which in fact, that throws the Constitution out the window. You follow what I'm saying? And when it throws when the Constitution is thrown out the window, you feel what I'm saying? When the Constitution is thrown out the window, all bets is off. You feel what I'm saying? All bets is off. You know, I mean, for all intents and purposes, we struggling with the little bit laws that's supposed to secure us now. I mean, but when it starts to get blatant, it's looking pretty bad. So the reason why this case is so important, because what it does is, I mean, have you considered doing a show on the Patriot Act? Absolutely. I would do a show on that. Absolutely, Carlo. So what it does is, now we know once the feds get involved, 9 times out of 10, they got a slam dunk. So what it does is it actually put a case on the books as to how to address an unlawful entry into your residence. This is why this case is so important. And our sister Breonna Taylor gave her life as a willing sacrifice. And what I mean by that, when I look at Jesus' life and I look at Muhammad's life and I look at those that died as martyrs or those that died for that we can live, I look at that as a willing sacrifice, because some of us will be able to comprehend this and we will be able to move in a right direction. Mafia Lane in the building. Big up. That's my big bro right there. Big Wolf. Blah. Hey, Wolf, you still out there swooping? No, I'm just playing. Don't answer me, Wolf. Wolf, don't you answer me. Tell the wife I say hello. I ain't saying nothing else, man, because you better call me up, man, and like, man, put me on there. I tell them what they need to hear. Kill everybody. Nah. That's my man, Big Wolf. Man, what you need me to come over there? What you need me to come over there? There you go. Say, hey, they gonna get him started. You need me to pull up? That's right. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna do nothing. We just lay everybody down and start over. Hey, that's my man, Wolf. Wolf say we just lay everybody down. The parents, everybody. And we just start over. You ready? No, I'm not ready. I'm chilling. In fact, I want to drink another kombucha, Wolf. Why you want to do that? I just play. But look, anyway, the reason why this is so important is, let me share this with you real quick. Look, I got smoke for everybody. I got smoke for everybody. Well, listen, man, I'm gonna leave that. I don't like talking that stuff, man. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone, man. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I keep saying, man, you must be busy, man. I've been hitting you up, man, but you've been busy. But look, with that being said, fam, let me show you something. The 14th Amendment said the right of the people to secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures should not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So family, when this warrant, you feel what I'm saying? I mean, when this warrant was written, they said that all they did was fabricate a whole story. This is why this is so important, because we're always on the receiving end of an injustice. But now, 9 times out of 10, this is going to be a slam dunking on the books. And the one thing that you want, as long as you're in America, you want to make sure that you have a case law to support your innocence. Now, will they play fair? I already said I don't expect the system to play fair. But if they do, it's a bonus. But that don't mean the system don't play fair, that you don't try. So you try everything if you find yourself in a situation. You always try every angle you can legally within the bounds of the law. But the whole point is, listen, if it works in your favor, bow, you good. But we already know where we at, so let's stop playing games. Let's stop playing games. Now, with that being said, here is a part of the warrant, right, that was fabricated. It says, a fire has conducted surveillance multiple times on the site near the physical location of 2424 Elliott Avenue, and through a pole camera. And through a pole, I think they set up one around my house somewhere. A fire was witnessed on occasion, subject running from 2424 Elliott Avenue to the rock pile near the property line of 2425 and 2427 Avenue, where Jamarcus Glover dropped the suspected narcotics. And then the subjects then ran back into 2424 Elliott Avenue. Afine believes through my 10 years of narcotics-related detective work and experience that Jamarcus Glover and Adrian Walker are sources of the narcotics for the quote-unquote trap house, where drugs are sold at 2424 Elliott Avenue. When the narcotics being dealt from 2424 Avenue are low, pedestrians and vehicular traffic is minimal. Mr. Walker and Mr. J. Glover show up operating a red 2017 Dodge Charger and appear to re-up the drug house at 2424 Elliott Avenue. Mr. Walker and Mr. J. Glover are seen either entering, exiting 2424 Elliott Avenue. Now, according to the feds, this is all a lie. According to the feds, this is all a lie. I don't know which part, but this is all a lie. And what I mean, which part? The entire layout of asking for a warrant. So today it says the charges announced today are separate from the charges previously filed by the Commonwealth of Kentucky against Hankerson, related to the shooting of Taylor's home. The federal charges allege violations of the U.S. Constitution rather than of the state law. The federal charges also allege excessive use of force with respect to Taylor and a person staying in her apartment, violations not included in the Commonwealth case. So, you know, this guy is the most reckless. This guy here, Hankerson, they say this guy here, I'm going to read it in a second. They say he just came up to the jaw and just started banging through the door, banging through the window. He didn't care who he hit. He just was banging off. In the indictment, that's why he is indicted, which we'll get into that in a minute. And now, let me share this with you real quick. At this time, right, back when they were...
They're toasting with us. Everybody say hi to Tamika.
Hi, Miss you today.
And then, you know, we love you too. Nope, they're toasting with us. Everybody say hi to Tamika.
Hi, Miss you today.
So this shows that the attorney and the guy right there, they're celebrating when he was fired, but ultimately he got found not guilty. And everybody was going this way and that way. And the guy in there, the brother in there, man, I think he was the brother in there, I think he was falsely arrested one time.
You know, we love you too. And then,
yeah, I think the brother in there, that he was falsely accused by Hankerson one time. He had a case out for him. I think this video is right here. Give me 1 second.
Don't drink away from it. Fuck you. Give me that hand. Your hand's right there. You want me to take your handcuffs off or not, Kendrick? I don't give a fuck what you do. You're a dirty cop, bro, and I don't like that. I'll never respect that. You're a dirty fucking cop, bro. I'll never respect that.
So the cop had planted some drugs on this guy here, Hankerson. He had planted some drugs on this guy right here. And now this guy had been fighting to try to bring resolution to the Breonna Taylor case because of what had happened to him. He blew that, though. He blew that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? He blew it. Yeah, he blew it. He blew it. But anyway, with that being said, the brother brought some valid points to the table. You know what I'm saying? So, back to my point. This guy, Joshua James, right? The Justice Department has charged 4 current and former Louisville Metro Police Department officer with federal crimes related to the Breonna Taylor death, said Attorney General Maverick Garland. Among other things, the federal charges announced today alleged that members of the LMPD's place-based investigation unit falsified the affidavit used to obtain the search warrant on Miss Taylor's home. That this act violated federal civil rights laws and that those violations resulted in Miss Taylor's death. Breonna Taylor should be alive today, the Justice Department commented. What did it say? The Justice Department is committed to defending and protecting the civil rights of every person in this country. That was this department's founding purpose, and it remains our urgent mission. So this guy actually lied on the affidavit to get the warrant. So what I just read, supposedly it was all made up by this guy. Now you can put some face to it. So let's walk through it. This guy here, according to the guy in the video that was set up by the police, he says in Louisville, or as they said, Louisville, what happens is that they got these teams of police, and Hankerson is one of them, where they would know who drug dealers are, and they would know where their stashes are, and they will put up these fake warrants or get warrants, and they will go in there, take the money, most of the drugs, turn some of the stuff in, and then redistribute it back on the street. So happened, they thought that they had drugs in Breonna Taylor's house. They thought that that was the stash spot. You follow me? They thought it was a stash spot. And so the objective was to get in there, get the bread, get the drugs, allegedly take theirs, turn some in, and go to the next person. Allegedly, that was supposed to be the plan, and allegedly, that's what goes on, as they say, in Louisville. So this guy's the one that falsified it. You follow me? Now, this guy here, Same guy. The LMPD detective who applied for the search warrant for Breonna Taylor apartment will not be allowed back on the force following ruling by the police merit board. This was in 2021. So the funny part about that is, watch this. The funny part about that is that although the police merit board got him out of the police department, they were all found not guilty at the local level of court. You follow me? Now, Lightbearer said, I'm peed with the brother who brought that mess to her house. In fact, the brother allegedly didn't bring anything to her house. They assumed that she was messing with a guy that was getting it like that. And they seen the guy frequent her house periodically. You know what I'm saying? It says the board voted unanimously in favor of withholding Joshua Hayes' firing. I mean, Janus, whatever his name, firing. Only a few board members voted, but 3 appointees either recused themselves or resigned. So even these Europeans that had knowledge, most likely, they recused themselves and they resigned from the department. See, this is a whole department corruption thing going on here. Why would one ask to vote if a person did something on the level or violated the trust of the people? Why would they recuse themselves or resign? Don't make sense. That means that there's an internal problem at the police department. Is the department fired Janus in January after officials discovered he lied in the warrant application for Taylor's apartment. Janus wrote he verified with a postal inspector. So everything he said in his warrant, this European said he got it from he verified it with the mailman. He verified it with the mailman, ladies and gentlemen, with the mailman. That's how he was granted a warrant. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, here we go. So here's another one. So it says, the first indictment charges former Louisville Metro Police Department Detective Joshua, 40, and current LMPD Sergeant Kyle Meany, 35, with federal rights obstruction offenses for their roles in preparing and approving a false search warrant affidavit. Let me spread it real quick. That resulted in Taylor's death. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that these people rigged up a search warrant and somebody's life was taken? Like, I don't think people really realize how deep this is. I don't think people realize how deep it is that these people actually wrote this up. And I don't think people realize how often this happens around the country. This is a very important case, family. Very, very important case. And I'm telling you, there we go, King Moab, Jack boys. That's all they were. They were Jack boys. That's it. Man, listen. Wait till we go down. Watch this. It says, James and Goodlet, we're going to talk about Goodlet in a minute, falsified documents after Breonna Taylor's death. So not only did they falsify the documents to get the demonstration, they also falsified after the death. Now, this is some heartless stuff here. This is some heartless stuff here. It says former Louisville Metro Police Detective Joshua, 40, who was fired for lying on the search warrant. Hold on. Who was fired for lying on the search warrant that led to the deadly 2020 raid at Taylor's apartment, was taken into custody Thursday morning by the FBI and booked in Oldham County. That's the same one where Grandmaster Jay was at. I mean, this is crazy, man. And you know what? You know one of the issues is, watch this, right? This all goes back to people in these formations, people in these militias, people in these gun clubs. They should be in the neighborhood so these things don't happen. They shouldn't be chasing cameras if that's what you want to do. If you want to, like Malik chasing cameras, Malik doing TikToks, no, you should be in the neighborhood. Because it's supposed to be the Black Panther Party for self-defense. Why aren't you in the neighborhood? Why are you chasing ambulance? Why are you reactive instead of proactive? You see, because if you had been in the neighborhood, you might would have known what been going on before, and you might could prevented a death, and we would congratulate you. And you be able to recruit people by the thousands. But if you're not in the neighborhood, if you're chasing the next big story, the next oppressive story, the next egregious acts by these Europeans around the country, you can't even be in your own local neighborhood to make a difference. So Malik live in this big house in Silver Springs, sipping Mai Tais in his pool, messing with all the Panther ladies. Somebody get killed by the European oppressive police unjustly in Colorado somewhere. He's loading up and going to Colorado with his bullhorn and his fake little legal pad and acting as if he's about to address the problem. When in fact, 30 minutes from his house in Washington, D.C., he could be putting boots on the ground to prevent some of these things from happening. Unbelievable to me that no one will hold this guy accountable. No one will. No one will hold him accountable. Every time he do a TikTok, people should just flag it. Every time he talk about the latest story, until he say that, listen, I'm a vlogger, I'm just a vlogger now. Until then, they should just flag that garbage. They should just spam that garbage. Every time he do a live, they should say, come on, brother. Come on, brother. We can watch the news. Come on, brother. Brother, we ain't trying to hear that. Come on now. Come on now. You're supposed to be the new Black Panther Party. I guess it's for self-defense. Is it still about self-defense? How can you self-defend something how can you, I guess that is a word, how can you self-defend something if you're already always on some reactionary thing? Somebody get killed, here you come. You ain't preventing nothing. You ain't defending nothing. You ain't defending a thing. Malik, say it with me now. Malik Zulu Shabazz ain't defending a thing. It's all reactionary. You hear what I said? It's all reactionary. There is no proactive stance in the new Black Panther Party under the leadership of Malik Zulu Shabazz. Show me one thing that they've prevented. Huh? Show me one thing that they prevented. Malik. The only reason I'm hard on Malik, number one, this goofball said I was the agent because of Grandmaster Jay. Number two, about a month ago, he made that goofy statement on social media. I heard Tahaka Bay got his jaw broke. Okay. I heard Tahaka Bay house was on fire. Okay. Trying to imply and incite at the same time. So I'm telling you, I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up until you all put your foot down. Because we don't need this, man. What about when the real come through? We're going to still have the one crying wolf there? What about when the real come through? You won't even be able to know the real from the fake. You won't even know the real from the fake until you remove the fake. And remember the examples that the fake gave us, so the fake can't come back. That's all we got to do. Y'all want me to be the general, man? I'm going to be the general, save some time. You want me to be the general? I'll be the general. I'm tired of this, man. Shoot. I'm going to be the general, man. I'm the general now. I'm going to get me one of them TAMs and that thing. I'm going to buy me a TAM. Somebody send me a TAM. Give me a TAM. I'm not playing with this, man. Give me a TAM. I want me a TAM. Is that what they call them, Jaws? Crypto, send me a TAM. How much them TAMs cost? I'm gonna have mine like rerun. Y'all don't know how to wear that thing. I'm gonna be pop locking everything in my joint. I'm gonna have mine like rerun. Y'all fronting. I'm gonna have mine like rerun, boy. I'm gonna be pop locking and everything. Y'all play around. Me and Big Shirley. That's right. Me and Big Shirley. Me and Big Shirley, we're gonna be pop locking, boy. Man, y'all think it's a game? Shoot. We gonna be Big Shirley gonna jump up and do that split like rerun do. It's gonna be ball game. She gonna split them dungarees open, and I'm out of there. Let me tell you. She wear dungarees. Let me stop it. No, look. Woo! My grandmother used to say that. Can you fit them dungarees? Dungarees? Yeah, dungarees. Y'all ever heard old school used to call pants dungarees? I just think it's hey, grandma. I love you, grandma. Eat a pay. I love you, baby. You just made me think of some stuff. She split them dungarees, boy. It's over. You know, dungarees real thick. They real thick jeans. She do that joint. Bam. It's over. I'm out of there. Good goodness, man. She gonna have that britches. There you go. Yeah, you know, Crosby old school. You better put slacks. Y'all got to stop, man. Yeah. Let me stay on topic. All right, Mo. All right, Mo. Mo. Mo wants so say stay on topic. He's right. Stay on topic. Because these Moorish world citizens, they're going to go court with me. That's right, Keisha. That's right. Y'all Candy, all y'all going court with me. Keep on playing with me. Shy, show them from the shy, all y'all going to go court with me. They going to think, I'm trying to tell you. Shoot. Did y'all think it's a game? And anybody riding with you. That's what they said. Now, so yeah, we got to stop. We got to stop. Good goodness. Britches. Potato sacks. But look, with that being said, dungarees will stand up in the corner. Light bearer know what I'm talking about. Try these dungarees. Here, boy, pay attention. Let me see what they look like. Ain't that the truth, though? That's how it was. Turn around. Turn around. Well, you better pull them britches up. But look, at the end of the day, right? Man, look, these people ain't playing. These people ain't playing. Watch this. This guy here. Brett Hankerson, who was dismissed from the department in 2020, was one of the officers at Breonna Taylor's door and one of the 3 who fired shots that night. He was acquitted by a jury, state charges of wanton endangerment earlier this year. You know the weird thing about that is that the same, I don't think what's the name went up for his charges yet. The state charges. They gotta quit Grandmaster Jay. Because this guy banged in the house. The second indictment charges former LMPD detective Brett Hankerson, 46, with civil rights for firing his service weapon into Taylor's apartment through a covered window and a covered glass door. So I love Morris World TV. So this guy was just banging recklessly. Like this guy was straight cowboy. He was trying to go up in there and get what wasn't even in there. Now here go this guy, Hankerson again. Hankerson, whom the police department fired and tried to change excessive force and violated Taylor's civil rights. And these are all the casings. In March 2022, Hankerson was found not guilty of the state charges of wanton endangerment. This wasn't that long ago. He was acquitted from endangering people's lives while shooting several rounds into Taylor's apartment. Those shots came after Sergeant John Madley was shot in his femoral artery. I don't know nothing about that language. By Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, within seconds of officers breaching the front door of her apartment. Hankerson was fired by LMPD in January 2021. Today's indictment alleged that Hankerson's use of excessive force violates the rights of same thing that I just said. And also her neighbors who lived were endangered by the bullets that penetrated into their apartment. Man, this guy was shooting like a wild cowboy. Good goodness gracious. He was shooting like a wild cowboy. So it said count 2 charges. Jane is with conspiracy for agreeing with another detective to cover up. Y'all see that? These people sit back and agreed with each other. These people really plotted this out. For agreeing with another detective to cover up the false warrant. To cover up the false warrant affidavit after Taylor's death by drafting a false investigative letter and making false statements to criminal investigators. Come on now. This is in the new thing that's going on. I mean, this ain't no news writer here. It says Count 3 charges Janus with falsifying report with the intent to impede a criminal investigation into Taylor's death. Count 4 charges Meany with making a false statement to federal investigator. They was really trying to circumvent the federal government. They was not playing. These criminals were really doing everything humanly possible to try to cover their tracks. Everything possible to cover their tracks. And this is another issue that I have. Watch this. While one is running around chasing cameras, while one is running around chasing ambulances, why don't they build an investigative team to look into these things independently? This guy, Malik Zulu Shabazz, is a trained attorney. And you mean tell me that he doesn't have a team to look into these things independently? He has after 25 years, he doesn't have a team to look through these things independently. He just goes from situation to situation, bullhorn to legal pad, situation, bullhorn, legal pad. No results. No results. Come on now. Y'all got to step up and stop this. You generals got to step up and stop this, man. This stuff look goofy. Come on, man. Y'all know this look goofy. This is looking really
focus
goofy.
For racial and injustices will be focused on Kentucky.
This look goofy. This guy running around doing TikToks in 2022 at almost 60 years old, claiming to be a freedom fighter, claiming to be a militant, claiming to be military minded. This stuff look goofy. I might do me a TikTok, but I ain't walking around acting like I'm a militant either. Man, come on, man. Y'all can't let this guy do this no more, man. Please. I'm begging you. Somebody, anybody, everybody, scream! Somebody gotta say something. I mean, come on, somebody gotta say something. This is ridiculous. Are we that slow? Come on, man. We not that crazy. We can't be. I refuse to believe it. Fool me once. The first indictment charging Janus and Meany in connection with the alleged false warrant contains 4 counts. Count 1 charges Janus and Meany, while acting in their official capacity as officer, willingly deprived Taylor of her constitutional rights by drafting and approving a false affidavit to obtain a search warrant for Taylor's home. The indictment alleges that Janus and Meany, I may be wrong with their names, who cares, knew that the affidavit contained false and misleading statements. They knew. What up, Nucci? They knew that it contained false and misleading statement, Michael Connor. Omitted material facts, relied on stale information, and was not supported by probable cause. This is straight evil here. So if you say the European the devil according to this, yeah, they straight evil here. This is insane. The indictment also alleges that Janie and Meany knew that the execution of the search warrant would be carried out by armed LMPD officers. They was going in there banging. Rob Bourne, you might be right. You might be on to something, Rob Bourne. They play dirty. You know how they play. They put their own up in there. You know how they play. Is that the guard, Rob Bourne, in the building? But check it out, though. Just listen to this and take this all in. Wrap your mind around this. You know what I mean? Just wrap your mind around this. The indictment also alleges that that Janice and Meany knew that the execution of the search warrant would be carried out by armed LMPD officers and could create dangerous situations both for those officers and for everyone. And for anyone who happened to be in Taylor's home. According to the charges, the officers tasked with executing the warrant were not involved with drafting the warrant affidavit and were not aware that it was false. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Man, them feds got this thing laid out. So it's saying that those that was on the mission, they did not know it was a 4-man or 3-man, 1-woman team that plotted this all out and put everybody's life in danger and took the life of our sister Breonna Taylor. This count alleges that the offense resulted in Taylor's death. So, as I said, these 4 plotted this out. These 4 plotted this thing out. And they took people along with them. But now, it's getting heated up in here. Former Detective Kelly Hannah Goodlett, Jana's former partner, was charged on information, likely meaning she has pleaded guilty or plans to plead guilty to avoid indictment. She done snitched on everybody. The FBI alleges she's tried to cover up the fact that the information Janice provided for the search warrant was false. So she turned on the same crooks that she was being crooked with. That's why you don't have a mugshot of her. They got a mugshot of everybody else, but not of her. I have noticed that. Mugshot of him, mugshot of him, mugshot of him, no mugshot of her. She turned feds evidence and states. Here she go again. The third charging document and information filed by the Department of Justice charged that LMPD Detective Kelly Goodlett with conspiring with Janice to falsify a search warrant for Taylor's home and to cover up the actions afterwards. In other words, these people, not only did they go in willingly, with a falsified document, they also did everything humanly possible to clean it up after the fact. But then they were found not guilty by the state of Kentucky. After all of that, the feds find, they were found not guilty by the state of Kentucky. Ain't that really crazy, though? That 3 officers got fired. 3 officers got fired. 4 officers got found not guilty. The state picks it up because it's so obvious that there's been a miscarriage of justice. And now the feds pick it up. And now pretty much it's a slam dunk because the lady is going all in. You follow me? Let's see if anybody want to comment. So family, listen. Anybody want to comment? This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm not going to be too long tonight because this is crazy. This is crazy. I just wanted to touch on, man, I honor Sister Breonna Taylor and her family. for being patient, man. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Let me show you this video real quick.
No, let me tell you why. Y'all don't have a reason. Y'all didn't have a reason to go on my car. You didn't even do nothing wrong.
That's why we did.
No.
That's why I'm telling you why we did, because he told us we could.
Let me call him Winmore, boy, because it's not right. He want to come in our house. This is bad enough. My kids is already scared. My kids is right here. I know they can't come in our house for they got.
That's Brett Hankerson right there, trying to violate. This is come from a complaint. You feel what I'm saying? So they already knew about that team. Morse World TV investigates. Morse World TV, we obtained this video. We obtained this video just to show and prove that they had already knew that this team exists. They already knew. This is an old footage that has been obtained by Morse World TV research team. It's old footage. They had been doing this.
They have a reason to come in the house. They don't have a reason. It's ain't nothing but, okay, so what else you got?
All y'all go in the house. Actually, everybody hang out outside the house.
No. You can't come in. Hold on. Y'all can't come in here. Okay, I'm getting back. Y'all can't come in here. Fucking crazy. What are y'all doing? Y'all have no reason to come in here now. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Hold on. I'm getting the babies behind you. I'm getting the babies. This is our kids. I'm getting the babies. Everybody calm down, man.
And this is what I'm saying about when we dealing with, man, this is disheartening to watch. This is hurtful to watch. And we got brothers that rallied around Louisville, Kentucky for the Breonna Taylor case. And now we got disingenuous people like Malik Zulu Shabazz that will kill the recruiting efforts because of this fraudulent stuff. And so you generals, you got to put your foot down because we need you in these situations. We need the real in these situations, but nobody is going to join chasing cameras unless they 40 and 50 years old and washed up and starstruck with a washed up Fox News celebrity named Malik Zulu Shabazz. We need the generals to step up. You need to get fresh young minds, young men and women, fresh out of the military, if you will, fresh off the corner that's fed up. Y'all need to step up. Y'all chasing these ambulances, y'all chasing these cameras, and this stuff is going down. The Black Panther Party was a Black Panther Party for self-defense. Stop being so reactionary. All you're doing is reacting to something. Somebody get killed, you react. Somebody get shot, you react. Somebody get a boot on their neck, you react. What about the proactive stance? Sleeping with this one, sleeping with that one, sleeping with this one. Won't you find a 10 and leave them 5 2s or 10 2s alone, whatever it is. I'm upset. Anybody that follow Malik Zulu Shabazz today is a fool. I said it. But if you leave it alone today and move on tomorrow, You are the most intelligent feet that touch the planet Earth. You should be right in them neighborhoods, getting in the ears of them young brothers and sisters that's frustrated. Keep your life morally balanced so they won't pass on your indiscretions to the next gen, so you won't pass on your indiscretions to the next generation. Be morally balanced. Go work out. Man, half of these guys can't even run a mile. Half of these sisters in these uniforms cannot even run a mile. Go lift some weights. Go start with some light weights. Do a little bit calisthenics. Put the weed down. Eat right. Put the drink down. Drink water. Or some kombucha. That's why when them Europeans came to Crystal Muhammad and the brothers and sisters there, the only thing that they could do is throw their hands up and get hit with that banger stun gun. And Crystal, all she could do was lay down. She couldn't even run. More or less fight. That's it. I mean, she couldn't even run. Crystal could not even run. All she could do is, oh. Self-defense what? What you defending? What you defending? You can't run. You can't fight. What you doing? Like, go sit down. You in the way. You in the way. Malik sitting up there on IG, hitting a punching bag. Man, he all sloppy looking, man. Come on, man. I don't want to fight nobody. I'm just telling you, you're making yourself look like a fool. Your punches is not connecting right. They look all sloppy all over the place. Look like you ain't fought a fight a day in your life and got a nerve to be on IG looking like you hitting a... Stop it. Stop it. Ridiculous. Just stop it. This is crazy. Like, come on, man. I'm talking to the generals. I'm talking to the generals right now. The generals that been in a fight or two. The generals that been in a scuffle or two. You know half of them people beside you ain't ready for no real smoke. You know it. You know it. Stop playing and stop playing. You know it. So why do y'all tolerate this? Why can't you advise them to do administrative work? Tell them to call General Delta. Where Delta at anyway? Like, why can't you do some administrative work? You know what I mean? Why can't you provide waters while you're going up Stone Mountain falling down? It's work for all of us to do. Everybody ain't ready for combat. Stop acting like it. You in the way. Everybody ain't ready for combat. Real talk. I'm not ready for combat. I'm not. Because I'm for peace if possible, violence if necessary. I'm not. I don't want no trouble. Real talk, I don't want no trouble. I mean, none whatsoever. Like, you talk like you do, okay. Okay. I don't want no trouble. But God forbid if it come to me. I don't want no trouble whatsoever. I mean, I don't want none. I want peace. I want harmony. I want us to get it right. That's all I want. I want to disagree with you. You disagree with me. And then we try to see where we can fix this thing at. Because the real one that wants some smoke with us is banking on us annihilating one another. You understand what I'm talking about? The real one wants some smoke with us is banking on us to annihilate one another. So let's just disagree, find out where the middle ground and get it right. But I'm going to tell you, after 25, 30 years of examples, like you don't get a break. You don't get a pass. You don't get a pass after 25 years of examples of nothingness. You don't get a pass. You don't get a pass after 25, 30 years of nothingness, chasing news cameras, Fox News, CNN, C-SPAN, and now IG. Like you done went from the grassroots paper, you done went from the grassroots world, the college stage world, I mean to say, to Fox News, to CNN, and all that, now to social media. And you're not even a good TikToker. Not a good TikToker. Reading. And Ankerson got charged yesterday with the Breonna Taylor case, and the Till movie is out this fall. That's how he be doing his TikToks. He be reading. I'm not saying. The Breonna Taylor case. And he's a horrible TikToker. And then he got the split screen. You know, people did, like, why you thought that was slick to do the split screen? Don't do that. Don't do that. He need a TikTok coach. He need a TikTok coach for Malik. He need to get Umar. He need to get Umar Johnson, man. Umar Johnson, amazing, man. He's an amazing social media guy. He need Umar. You know what I mean? Umar used that trick too. He keeps saying things 5 times. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. The PayPal. The PayPal. The Cash App. The Cash App. The PayPal. The PayPal. He keeps saying it because, like the conversation we had earlier, Umar a genius with that demonstration. Anybody give Umar a dime, they crazy too. They high as a kite. Anybody that give Umar a dime, I'm telling you, they just old people sitting at home drinking white Zinfandel. I'm trying to tell you, they popping pills and drinking Zinfandel wine, and got long eyelashes and dressing up with outfits on or nightgowns on and looking in the mirror. That's the only one giving Umar money now. I'm trying to tell you, they got the most fanciest wine glass. Listen to Umar. I'm trying to tell you, they got nice old silk gowns on with fur on it. I mean, yeah, they get dressed up just to drink some wine, pop a couple perks. I'm trying to tell you, anybody give Umar money, they crazy. Anybody. I'm trying to tell you. They what's them other things? The perks for the young people, but the Oxycontin. Y'all got some oxys. I'm trying to tell you. Anybody give my brother, and I'm trying to tell you. See, this is the difference between me and everybody else. I actually like Umar Johnson. I don't like what he's doing, but at some point, I mean, oh no, I hope she's not watching. Stop, Yasmin. Why you always snitching? Yasmin, stop snitching. Come on now. We posted. We good. Yasmin trying to throw me under the bus. She been out. Now she gonna come in the chat. Why you always on Umar? Umar gonna have the school, you watch. Well, our baby not going. I don't care what Umar make. Umar can have 20 schools. My son will not be present. He will be absent indefinitely. But look, I'll tell you, Anybody send Umar money, I'm telling you, they dressing up in silk gowns at night, nightgowns, you know what I mean? With Victoria's Secret stuff, and they look in the mirror and they smoke Benson Hedges, Benson's and and Virginia Slims. They smoke Benson and Hedges and Virginia Slims, and they drink Asti Spumante. They drink Asti Spumante. I try to tell you, I know these things. I can tell. Ain't nobody sending Umar no money unless they pop Oxycontin and Asti Spumante. I'm trying to tell you, it's the real deal. Well, man, it was good, family. I had fun. Hey, family, I'm gonna ask y'all. I will hope y'all join me on my live stream Monday or Tuesday, family. Somebody said, Demetria said, man, goodbye. Let me find out Demetria sitting home with her little gown on. Lightbearer said, that's the truth. That's the truth. He right. He right. That's right. When Umar go off, they go back and watch a rewind. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you. That's the spumante. But look, I hope y'all join me, family, on Sunday. I'm going to try to do it Sunday. But you know how I do. Sunday, sometimes I get all pumped up in my class. And, man, I spend a lot of energy. When I teach the teachings of Prophet Noble Ali, Morris Science, or whatever, I really get involved. You think I'm involved here? Go check out Morris World TV 7. I really get involved. I get passionate. And by the time the class is over at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, I don't think I got enough energy to go live again around 9. So we're going to see how it go. I want to salute all of those that joined and went through. I think quite a few people came through and put in registrations for the Morris Science Temple of America. And I think you will. I think you're going to understand that it's not what the internet is. You know what I mean? It's about putting in some work. And we have the Alliance for Political Accountability. We have boots on the ground. We got things going on. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not a whole thousands of people, but let me tell you something. It's a strong, small number. You know what I'm saying? And we're about to get busy, and we're about to change this world. We're going to change this world, and that's just what it is, you know. But it won't be televised. Don't worry about seeing it here. We're going to fix things that we can fix here. But in the meantime, in between time, while we're fixing here, we'll be fixing elsewhere also. You follow what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all, family. Man. Let me see if I can get my man up one more time. Look at this. He's a horrible TikToker. Horrible TikToker. Watch it. Let me pull him up. Let me pull him up real quick. He's a horrible TikToker. Let's watch him. Man, we need Umar to teach him something out of TikTok or something, man. This dude's ridiculous. Watch it.
4 current and former Louisville police officers who were involved in the deadly raid on Sister Breonna Taylor's home, including the detectives who worked on the false search warrant and the officers who fired into her home blindly, have been charged with civil rights violations and other criminal counts, which include conspiracies, unlawful use of force, and obstruction of justice. Detective Joshua James, Detective Goodley, Detective Meany were charged with submitting false affidavits to the Louisville Police Department, which led to the raid. Once Breonna was assassinated, these cops then worked together to create and conspire a false story and false affidavit to support this bogus warrant. And Hankinson fired into that home blindly, killing Breonna Taylor. He really needs to be charged with murder. And all of this puts the spotlight on Kentucky, since the false accuser and kidnapper of Emmett Till Carolyn Bryant has now been found in Kentucky. It looks like all the focus for racial and injustices will be focused on Kentucky as the fall season moves forward.
Y'all see what I'm saying? At this point, either we are crazy or we just want to be played. At this point, I mean, at this point, we are crazy or we just want to be played. You know what I mean? Let me give a shout out to all my peoples, man. All the true generals out there. And all those, man, I gotta call my brother tomorrow, man. Out there in the Bighorn State, man. I'm a guy. Let me try and put this up here real quick. But thank you for all those a few people at the Cash App. I thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do. I'm really about to take this. I'm really about to take this show on the road. I'm really about to take this show on the road, man, and we're gonna wake some people up. So, you know, all your support is definitely appreciated, because we got to take this on the road, man. We can't be right in this camera. We gotta walk right up to him and say, man, put that bullhorn down. You're, oh, I need to pick up my bullhorn. I'm the general. I'm the general now. Gonna give me a TAM. Somebody gonna give me a TAM. Somebody gonna send me a TAM. I need a TAM. I mean, love you too, sis. I'm gonna give me a TAM. Somebody send me a TAM. 3328. What is it? 3328 West Garrison Avenue, 21215. Send me a TAM. GS, do you think that he already knew she was in Kentucky and that indictment was coming? Well, my thing is this. Rev Rockwilder. At the end of the day, this guy is a trained attorney. And the first thing that you learn and become an attorney is research. So I'm not going to, there's no indictment on her, but I think he's talking about the indictment on, I think Rev, he got to be talking about the indictment on the police officers. When you're a trained attorney, for one thing that people are not privy to is that you have access to something that other people don't have access to. So you got access to investigations. You got access to databases that we don't have access to. So, of course, that man know way than what he putting out to know. He know way more. You know what I'm saying? Because he's an attorney, he actually can go into the public record that we can't see. He actually can go into the police record that we can't see. And to top it off, he's them folks. But let's just say if he wasn't them folks, he'd still have attorney privileges. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if he wanted to build a case around Carolyn Bryant to be rearrested or arrested, he's an attorney. So he have unlimited access to stuff that we would never have access to. But he's playing on the ignorance of the people that don't know that he's not a civilian. He's an officer of the court. So he knows way more than what he put out. He knows way more. You know what I'm saying? He knows way more. You know, and just because he plays dumb, you cannot allow that to be concrete that he is dumb. Because he's not dumb. He's definitely not dumb. He's playing dumb and he's banking on the ignorance of people. You know what I mean? So with that being said, the attorney title is the front, I think. He has no cases. Exactly. He has no cases. You can't find those case searches of him. I'm gonna do that. My next show, I'm gonna try to find all the cases I can find on him. I'm gonna tell you. That's what we're gonna do. with that being said, family, peace and love. I'm going to be advertising my new live stream on TaHakaBay.com on Sunday. I don't think y'all want to miss this one. It's going to be Sunday or Monday. It's going to be serious. All right. So peace and love, family. Thank you for joining me, man. Thank everybody, man. I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate everything you do. Thanks for my big bro M Nuge and my Cryptonomics, my sister Yasmin, Candy, Sean, everybody, man. King Moab, and if I miss you, you know, my apology, man. But Sean from the Shy, Light Bearer, Tara Williams, Brother Manning Bay, everybody, family. Lemon Dishonor, Abazu. That's right. Michael Connor back in the building. I haven't seen him in a minute, but I'm glad to see you in the building. The original people in the building. Thank y'all, family. Thank you. I will be back. Sweet D, I will be back. Mike Jones, I will be back, family. I think I'm going to try to make it Sunday because this is going to be a serious show, and you don't want to miss it. I mean, it's going to be a serious show, and you don't want to miss it. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to miss it. That's right. You don't want to miss it. We're going to put them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Them talking about? They dead sleep anyway. With that being said, peace and love, fam.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it was straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Saying here we go again, acting like you a slave.
Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number.